This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Sorry.
A little bit of a delay there.
Sorry.
A little lag on a time in there.
Sorry. That was my fault. That was chat-chitting and Chad
Cathy over here.
Yeah, I know. It's stuff and things
and stuff
and I looked at the clock and it was like, it's 2 minutes and 28 seconds. I'm like, I've got time. And then look back and it's
3 minutes and 24 seconds.
3:26. I'm like, oh crap.
I missed the button.
I'm going to get yelled at. Steven's staring at me going, button.
Press the button.
Like, sorry, my bad.
It's fine. Things happen.
We'll
fix it at the break.
That's easy. Easy peasy.
Well,
yeah. No, it is. I just hit that.
Yeah. Now you see, we have to fix it at the second half.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The second break.
Second half. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Any hoozle.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, how's it going?
Dylan and Steven.
Yeah, that's us.
Defenders Live, in case you don't know.
Also us.
I feel like we need to start introducing all the bigger people like announce at one point or another.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
No.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm
trying something different.
Okay, but why would you do that? Why would you go back to like the whole basic... Hi, welcome to Defenders Live.
Welcome back to the show. I know.
My name's Steven. This is Dylan. Here.
Pitch hitting with me as always.
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it works.
No, I know it doesn't, but it was one of those feelings that I was like, I've got to do something. I've got to say something. It was one of those, I have to do something different right now.
You were hooked on a feeling.
Yeah, I'm high on believing.
Yeah, right. Well, San Francisco's high on something because...
It's the poop smell. It's all that methane that's being released.
That's probably it. Yeah, I would have to say so. Because
how is it that nobody has gotten sick there? Seriously. Like, how is it? Now, I haven't been there in person. And the closest thing I will allow myself to actually really look for is that, remember that graphic, the colored graphic we looked at?
About San Francisco.
It showed the brown and blah, blah, blah. Where the highest concentrations, blah, blah.
Highest concentrations of poop is in the brown area.
I've never looked beyond that. Like, I've never looked at a current view and see piles of poo. Okay,
so we're clear. Right. We didn't look at it, but
if they keep harping on it, the way that they're pushing it, the way that it's enough that it's national news that they're having a problem. So it's got to be bad, right? So if it's bad, then. How are people not sick?
It's a good question.
Like, really?
It's a very good question. But, they do face a ton of problems.
Oh, duh.
Tons of problems.
It's a lot of poop.
Well, they've got broken school boards as well,
Well, that's, when you have that much poop floating around, do you want
It's true.
to?
They got the woke culture infecting the cities. They've got all the other crap infecting their educational systems. And
so they're being infected from the inside and the outside.
Yes, well, that's what happens with poop, especially with stuff you don't get rid of. Usually it makes you sick from the inside out.
True.
And don't forget about all of the brazen violence happening in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when they used to talk very highly and fondly of San Francisco. Yeah. They're not doing it anymore.
No, not at all. And with everything going on, you'd think that they'd have their priorities. They try to get them in order, right?
You would think.
They try to push them in a position to where they're like, all right, we've got to take out the trash here.
Yes, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, handle some business. Get some cleanup done.
Right, yeah. And they did say that they were going to pay people upwards of like $120,000 a year to pick up poop.
Yeah, which if I wanted to live in California, I would do that. I would so go up there and do that.
Just clean poop because you can?
Why not?
Why not? Well, they have they've decided to take that attention and put it to something completely different.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, like what? Because they obviously aren't getting people to get out there and clean stuff up. So are we talking about what? just like shovels?
No.
They're gonna
close. Yeah. So, well, no.
What are we doing?
The City Department of Public Works wants to replace 3,000 green trash cans with bigger and better looking ones.
Well, then just don't paint them green. I mean,
See, look at it. It's pretty, isn't it? Isn't that a pretty trash can?
it's pretty dumb.
Pretty.
It looks small.
Isn't that a pretty trash can though?
No.
It's very pretty, right?
No.
Right?
No.
Right? Price tag for the prototype that cost the taxpayer close to about $20,000 per can.
For a trash can.
Yep.
A trash can.
Yep.
Like those. No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Trash cans. Like the most expensive trash can I've seen was like a close to $100.
And it was big.
It was big, and it has one of those little sensors, like sensors all over it. Like you can wave your feet underneath it, or you can wave your hand across top of it. And
It's funny that you say that. So this is actually made of stainless steel.
Okay.
It's a completely brand new design, and they're paying $20,000 up front for per trash can, and they're doing it in sets. So they're making a whole bunch of different designs, and each design they're paying $20,000 per design at X amount of trash cans.
Okay.
Okay, they want to replace all the trash cans, and here's the thing, right? So you know what happens with trash cans, right? What was that? What is that?
Okay. No, I was listening. I was listening.
Okay.
And I may have just thrown everything off.
Okay.
So you said that they're spending $20,000 per can.
Currently, yes.
Currently. Now, let's assume for the sake of...
This is No, here's the deal.
No.
This is an experimental price.
No, and I got that. But for the sake of... Because they're trying to do... So, They're trying to... So we're going to... Just for the sake of the argument...
Yeah.
We're going to leave it at that price.
Okay.
And they're trying to replace... You said 3,000, right?
Yeah.
20,000 times
3,000. Yeah.
Equals $60 million.
Yeah, see, that's where the problem would come into play.
$60 million
Right.
for trash cans.
Yeah, well, so here's the deal, right? So they have 3 separate models that they're testing, okay? 3 separate models. Out of these 3 separate models, they ordered 5 each.
Okay.
So that's 15.
Just to test them.
To test them, to figure it out, you know?
Okay.
Okay? You following so far?
Okay.
Okay? Now, here's the deal, right?
Okay.
That's the experimental cost. They've got to make it. They've got to create it the very first time, right?
Okay.
First time, got to make it.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
After they make it.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
After they make it, okay, they'll then be able to mass produce it, okay? So they'll mass produce, all right, mass-produced products. Okay? Think about this. When you're thinking of trash cans and mass-produced product, and now remember that it's stainless steel, okay?
No, I'm still there.
Remember that, okay? So how much would you pay for a stainless steel trash can?
For how big?
40-gallon.
40-gallon stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
$50. If that. And that's being generous.
It's being generous.
That's being generous.
Well, it's stainless steel, so I could
Doesn't
see
matter.
I could see 100.
No.
And here's the deal. So here's the deal. You were talking about the sensors, right? Mm-hmm. So this has a sensor.
Okay.
Okay. The sensor tells it senses when it's getting full.
Okay.
So that they can go and take the trash out of only that specific trash can, not wasting the time of the trash collectors. So it's gonna have a sensor in the can that senses when it's close to being full and tells the capacity limit of the trash can. Once the capacity limit of the trash can is set, they will then know that, hey, we need to go empty the trash at this trash can.
Or, they could also check and make sure that...
But that's wasting time and money.
No, but I'm saying
That's
you
time
have
and
a
money
route, and if you have trash cans that are filling up more often than other ones, then maybe you don't put the trash cans in places.
Too much give and take here. That's too much give and take. We have to know.
And I'm sorry. I know you keep you're being very diplomatic about the whole thing. You're saying how that the $20,000 it's just that startup price.
Yeah, it's
the
startup
whole thing.
yeah, we gotta go to
Because we all know, and I know
it always takes more money up front.
and I know firsthand myself, having been there, that we all know that anything that has to be done with the government, especially, that everybody always walks that price back. It's not like the like in the military, that they don't charge the military $10,000 for a hammer. It doesn't happen.
No. Why would they do that? That's what I'm saying. That's extortion of our federal government.
I know
that's against the law.
So we all know that once they get decided on the particular trash can that fits the feng shui of the city, then they will pay much cheaper than the $20,000. We know that they're not going to turn around and be beholden to pay that $20,000.
Right. Well,
per can.
It's funny that you say that. It is funny. Okay.
Is it?
All right. Yeah.
Are you sure?
The current green trash cans, how much do you think they cost?
Again, I haven't been to San Francisco, so I don't know what they look like. But if they're the ones I'm thinking of, I'm kind of with you because they're slated on, they're cemented in on a block and blah blah blah. I would put it at probably about $100 per.
$100.
Yeah, because again,
the current green trash can cost about $1,200.
Get the hell out of here!
$1,200
for a trash can.
$1,200 per can. So now, brand new trash cans. It's $20,000 for the experimental type.
Yeah.
Okay, experimental trash can.
The prototype.
Prototype trash cans, $20,000. How much when they're mass produced? How much? Come on.
Again, I'm telling you, they're going to be trying to sell them for close to $20,000.
Come on.
If they're setting it at $20,000, they'll probably drop it down to $15,000.
Well, I'm going to surprise you.
Are you really?
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
$10,000.
Low price here. Is
it less than $10,000?
It is.
Oh.
It's a low price. Once they mass produce, they're saying that the cans are only going to cost now a tiny, minute fraction of a penny as compared to the original.
Okay. How?
$4,000
per
each.
can.
Yeah. Each
per can.
Yeah.
For only $4,000.
Only $4,000. Yeah.
$4,000. Now, I wonder how long these things are going to last and
it's a really good question. Yeah, that's really good. Public Works wants to spend roughly about $537,000 to $840,000 dollars on reserve for the project, most of which is due to the design cost.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Our previous vendor invoiced a trash can with a lid. $75 for the can, $25 for the lid. It was one of those cans that which goes for $38 without the lid at Ace Hardware, and that's the big normal kitchen thing.
Kitchen trash can. Yep,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yep. Well, you got to pay for the maintenance cost.
Let's see. Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. I work in Public Works. You know what our trash cans are? 55-gallon oil drums with the tops cut off. $3 a top, or $3 each. Yeah. See, that's where my brain's at. Is it's not going to be crazy expensive. But it's a trash can. It's a trash can. And I'm going to go on a limb and assume that these things probably have solar powered so they can keep the chip running and alive. And those things are going to become faulty. The only thing that would make it, you have to understand, and I know what they're trying to do. They're like, we're trying to keep it clean. So once it gets full, they come and pick it up. Well, what's going to end up happening is they're not going to get to it in time eventually. It's going to overflow and it's going to just spill out like it always does.
Yeah.
It's when you have a city who literally is giving everybody everything, arguably.
As much as they can anyway.
Yeah. You're not exactly going to have a lot of independence, self-governance.
Yeah, no.
Personal accountability or anything like that. Yeah, no, it's not going to be much. That.
No.
It's Techru over on the Twitters as well. Is there another sensor that tells them when homeless people are living in it?
Then it would be full. It would be full at that point.
B from the SAV. SanFran pays $20,000 per trash can. Nancy Pelosi is from and represents SanFran. Pelosi is Speaker of the House, leader of the spending side of our government.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what can go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Right. Yeah. We
completely agree.
Yeah, you've got it. I mean,
Big Pharma Steve over on Twitter. If you think the trash can is expensive, how much is the sensor to replace when it goes bad? How long before someone notices because they aren't going to that can every
because they're not going to notice it.
Because you're right, because they're going to be waiting for the ding to say, hey, it's full. And when the ding never comes,
then
that's when it happens.
Right. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? These sensors, this type of sensor is very easy to get. It's also very easy to break, and it's also very easy to hack. They don't cost much. The sensors, also that much. The manufacturing of those trash cans also don't cost that much because they're hollow.
Adam W. Johnson, they'd be better off putting a porter potty or a porter johns up or 5-gallon buckets and squatty potties.
I agree.
I'm with
I agree.
You. It would be just as effective.
I mean, yeah.
And these things don't, again, that picture right there
is old.
That's
an old one.
That's a normal sized can.
Right.
Okay. That looks like something that belongs in someone's kitchen. It is very small. It is very teeny, and it's got a big hole for trash and a little hole for recycling. Guess what is going to end up in both of those little slots?
Trash.
In both. Every time.
There is no such thing as recycling difference.
No, they don't care. No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
But that one, I'm telling you.
That just looks like a metal cage.
You know what that looks like to me, honestly, is like an upgraded version of the of like a Dalek.
An upgraded Dalek?
Mm-hmm. Like I'm waiting for the top part right there
square.
to go.
It's definitely more square.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for like the top to pop up, and that's where the
I think it's
out.
because of the hold design.
That does
the whole pattern design there.
It does. It has. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing it for sure.
Yeah.
So, still, I mean, hey, San Francisco got the money. I don't know how they got the money, though.
They don't have the money. That's the thing.
Well, they must. To me,
no,
they must.
They don't.
They must.
No, they don't.
You said hold on. You said they bought what? A pack of 4?
It's like 5 each.
5 each. Okay, 5 each. So they spent $100,000 on the.
No.
$100,000 just on one prototype.
Yeah, and they have 3.
Yeah.
3.
So they spent $100,000 on one prototype.
So $300,000. Yeah.
Yeah. But you said they don't have money. They must have money if they could spend $100,000.
They're borrowing money from the state, which is borrowing money from a federal government. So
from us.
Yeah.
God. I can't.
They don't have any tax money because everybody's homeless.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody has a job.
Nobody has any jobs there.
I mean,
you can't make any money there.
Nobody's getting jobs now in around the country as it is. Ain't nobody working in San Francisco.
It's like, think about it like this, okay? When the housing in the area costs $500,000 and the least expensive job you can get is like $30.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Yep. Oh well. Good. I mean, hey, if they want to blow their money on that, then knock themselves out.
It's their own thing, I guess. I mean, it's not for us, but it's for everybody else. It's whatever. This kind of hit the other day, and we didn't get to it mainly because one,
we were busy,
and two, the power got knocked out because we talked about something yesterday, and apparently
the power
got kicked. Our power got kicked the moment that we started closing on the. We started finalizing our statements on it, and suddenly, our power dropped.
Which is going to work out great here soon because if everything works out like it's going to, we're going to delve much deeper into that very same topic.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So NSA, whoever's pulling that plug, you might want to get ready
because we're still going to keep on going.
We're coming.
I don't care.
Any hoozin'.
Any hoozin'. While we're waiting,
the Texas House Democrats, who fled the Lone Star State 2 weeks ago to block certain legislation from becoming law, are reportedly fuming because President Joe Biden has refused to meet with them.
You literally... Okay. I'm going to call you out on this one little piece, okay?
Okay.
Texas House Democrats. 1, you're not doing your job.
Well, duh.
2, you caused another rampant pandemic in Washington, D.C. of the coronavirus by yourself. And you want to go...
Single-handedly.
50 of you got there. 10 of you got sick. And now everybody in D.C. is getting sick. You think he wants to meet with you?
No, it's not that he. Not only does he not want to meet with them, the staff's
Nobody.
like, no, he's this close. I'm telling you, he's the modern day Woodrow Wilson. He's this close to being knocked off and keeling over. I would bet the man is eating mush soft foods, sharp utensils.
They keep away butter knives. This guy can't even.
He's got corks on the end of his forks. He's not like, I bet you they have gotten where he travels the most throughout the White House. They've gotten like rubber bumpers on corners and things like that. I'm telling you, the little baby restraint locks that go in the kitchen, they've got those in certain drawers so he doesn't get in there and drink something he's not supposed to be drinking because he's not paying attention.
Every now and again, they put a little door handle thing. The
little swirly one.
The ones that look like a baseball. It looks like a giant baseball on
Yeah.
the door handle. It doesn't have any grip anymore.
Yeah.
The man is old, and he's not going to meet with you.
Modern day Woodrow Wilson.
I don't even care about this virus.
No.
I have no care.
The staff is like, we don't need
this is not a thing. They want him there for as long as possible. We had talked about this, and honestly, I think I'm going to have to revert back. I'm going to have to step back from what I said. I thought at max he'd last a year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try and make him last the 4 years.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
No, I mean, they're really going to try now.
Well, they kind of have to.
Not really.
Well, no. I think they kind of are because he keeps screwing up. Like he keeps blundering and everyone's pointing out, rightfully so, and saying something is wrong with this person. There's something intellectually, mentally wrong with this guy. He shouldn't be talking like that. And the fact of the matter is that now they're like, oh no, he's fine. Woodrow Wilson. It's the same ploy. He's fine.
They attacked Trump for being mentally deficient, even after he got himself evaluated and they proved that he wasn't. And this guy is literally being applauded for the type of ice cream that he's going to get.
Well, I mean, have you heard him do interviews?
No. Actually, you know what?
The man doesn't.
He doesn't do interviews.
I thought I had a problem with my ADHD getting away from me. Yeah. Mine is because I have thoughts and I just can't keep up with it sometimes.
Right. That's the problem.
His is not that.
He doesn't have any thoughts.
No. His is... He'll start a sentence and then he'll change it mid-sentence after a severe pause, and
then it'll go to something else.
Oh no, it's really bad.
And then he'll talk about the weather like it was nothing.
Yeah, I'm. You want to throw the 25th Amendment around? Now's the time. Now's the time.
It's kind of the one, and it won't even look like it's a retaliatory thing because
there's evidence.
The man is sitting there mumbling half the time, okay?
Do I need to remind everyone of the picture of him gnawing on his wife's finger? Remember that?
Yeah. I don't want to.
I'm sorry. No sane human being, especially somebody running for presidency, does that. And I thought, I don't know, is that a real picture? Or is that...
I think it's a real thing.
And he made it to the presidency. Huh. We are so screwed. We are so
screwed, guys.
So effing screwed. I'm just going to get me a compound out in the middle of nowhere and raise guinea hens.
That's a good idea.
Texas Democrats aren't smart enough to schedule a meeting with Biden around his medication. It's a small window, but it's a window. And it gets even smaller whenever, like you said, about 1/5 of you've come down with COVID.
Right.
So
they're complaining the fact that he won't even take a Zoom call with him. It's like, you guys don't understand. He doesn't care about you.
no, he doesn't care about anybody.
He does not care.
Forget the whole, mental faculty issue.
I don't even think half the time he remembers he's president.
I was gonna say, but forgetting all that, he doesn't care.
Right. He has no
Put him into the same mental situation he was 45 years ago. The man does not care about anyone. He cares about himself and his own pockets and his own security. That is it. He doesn't care about the country. He doesn't care about the people he works with. Doesn't care about the people he's supposed to represent. And that's a fact.
Jack.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's just all it is.
Southern Raw Jackal. Did they bring ice cream? I bet he would have met them for some Rocky Road.
I don't think they know. They don't know.
Mr. President, I've got some Rocky Road here.
What Rocky Road? Okay, I'm coming.
I'm going to send Helen out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wait, what is this?
What is what?
Huh?
Was it our show you were drunk listening to?
I think so.
No, you need to ask. Don't.
No, just you should. That's it. Just you should.
Yeah.
You should. I want to know.
Have you ever seen The Rain?
No, I want to know what you're thinking.
This is Defenders Live.
Lone Gunman over there on the Twitters. So I learned my lesson last night that I shouldn't drunk tweet during the live show until I listen to it tomorrow. Or should I?
No, you absolutely should.
You absolutely should. But
You absolutely
he's
should.
mentioning that fact because yesterday we called him out. I did anyway. I called him out on Twitter.
Did we?
I did.
When?
On Twitter.
Why?
Directly.
Why?
Because he was making comments on another person's comments instead of listening to the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was making comments on somebody else's comments, right?
Oh, okay.
And
you were sticking your
he was
nose
making
in.
comments about the comment that they were making. And my response to him was, you need to listen to the first half of the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I
Makes
just,
sense.
yes.
No, you should.
The answer's yes.
It is more fun to
Even if it's blind tweeting just based on what you see going on the Twitters, it's more
we would
fun.
prefer you to listen because at least then you could be drunk tweeting semi-common sense.
Right, but if you're drunk tweeting our show just based on the responses that we're getting on Twitter,
It just makes it fun for us.
oh, it's so good.
It just makes
It is
fun
so
for
good.
us.
And you're going to hear this tomorrow and just understand. So good.
Thank you for listening, even if it's tomorrow.
Right. Thank you for listening tomorrow. Or
Because
today.
why do today what
I'm
you
sorry.
can do tomorrow?
Thank you for listening today.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. A federal judge
Yeah.
ordered a man accused of participating in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol to unlock his laptop, quote, with his face, end quote, after prosecutors said the laptop likely contains video footage of his helmet-worn camera that would incriminate him. Defendant Guy Refit.
Rafit.
It's close.
Guy Rafit.
Guy Refit.
Uh-huh.
Guy Refit.
Riffit real good.
He was arrested in January and charged with 5 federal crimes, including bringing a handgun to the Capitol grounds during a riot,
Okay.
and obstructing justice by allegedly threatening his family, saying he would kill them if they turned him in. He has pled not guilty to all charges. FBI investigators seized his Microsoft Surface Pro laptop, and other technological devices after obtaining a search warrant early this year, according to CNN. I'm going to pause there for a second. How the hell can you get a search warrant for that?
For what?
For his tech.
Because he came to the riot at the Capitol.
Yeah, but what are you, like, in all honesty, other than what we're getting ready to kind of expose and argue about, what are you possibly going to get from that?
Maybe other people's names.
But again, what are you?
You already know that everybody there, so why are you?
That's my point. You're not going to get anything other than something that would self-incriminate.
Right.
Anyway, the laptop was password protected, but investigators said it could be unlocked with facial recognition technology. Prosecutors believe the laptop contains more than 6 gigabytes of footage from Reffitt's helmet-worn camera, which would show that he had participated in the riot and trespassed on U.S. Capitol grounds. I'm going to pause there again for a moment.
Okay.
Go ahead and say what you need to say.
So, when you're let into the Capitol grounds peaceably by the officers, that's not trespassing.
No.
It's not trespassing to go to the Capitol grounds. If I wanted to go to the Capitol grounds tomorrow, I could go.
Yeah.
I could go. I could walk in.
It's our property.
This is public property.
Yes.
That's the point of it. Now, they may have hours of operation,
yeah,
but this was within
and obviously the whole handgun thing, you don't bring guns there.
Okay,
fine.
Got it. Yeah.
But it's still, in the bottom line, that's our property.
Yeah.
We can be there.
You can be there, so that's not trespassing. You can't trespass on those grounds.
I have another little thing I want to throw out there.
Yeah, okay.
So they're, without spoiling anything, they're trying to get into this gentleman's laptop.
Right, to get video footage
of him being there. As it says, to be proof that he was there.
We're
not, don't go there yet. We'll go there in a second.
All right. You know where I'm going. So
I do.
It's fine.
Because we're both there.
Yeah.
No, but here's what I'm wondering though. As I alluded to before, why do you need his computer? This is Washington, D.C. Do you realize?
They've got cameras everywhere.
Everywhere, especially around
the Capitol
building and the Capitol grounds.
Yeah.
They are everywhere.
Literally all over the place.
So you mean to tell me that the entire video thing that they got going on, the surveillance that they got going on there in Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Capitol grounds, they don't have video of him being there? They don't have a video of him going into the Capitol building?
Apparently, because of his helmet, his face was obscured. So, I mean, no, that's a load of crap, and you know it. Yeah.
I tried to say a load of crap and a crock at the same time, and it came out of crop. Anywho, you know that's garbage. You know that they have, because it's not just a regular camera up there. The cameras they've got up there are the cameras that are like, they do the facial recognition and everything else. You can't tell me that they can't. No. This is crap.
Yes.
Attorneys for the defense have argued in court filings that Reffitt couldn't remember his password and that the search warrant for the laptop has expired.
You're done then?
Yeah. Prosecutors had asked the judge to compel Reffitt to sit in front of the computer's camera and unlock it with his face. Judge Dabney Friedrich. Or Friedrich. I like Friedrich.
It's better.
Sided with their arguments, agreeing that forcing the defendant to unlock the laptop did not violate his Fifth Amendment right to be protected from self-incrimination.
All right, so we're going to stop there.
Are we?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. We're stopping right there.
Okay.
This is where we're stopping.
Why?
This is the stopping point.
Okay.
Read the Fifth Amendment, sir.
You would like to hear the Fifth Amendment?
I need to hear it.
Fifth Amendment, as written in the United States Constitution. Fifth Amendment. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of grand jury, except in cases arising in land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger.
Okay.
Nor shall any person be subject to the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb.
No double jeopardy.
Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself.
Okay, stop.
Ooh, we're not done.
No.
There's more.
Oh, all right.
But there's more. Just almost finished.
All right.
Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation.
Okay, so we got a lot of
Period.
things to cover.
There's
here.
a lot there.
There's a lot of things to cover here.
Uh-huh.
So, Judge, the laptop warrant has expired.
So
We
there's
can't,
one.
and we can't get another warrant for some reason.
I don't know. I was going to say why you can't get another one.
We can't get another warrant because we already have him in custody and we're already in trial. So we can't get another warrant of investigation because we're already past the investigation phase.
Yeah.
But since he's sitting here in the court, Judge, and we happen to have his laptop right here, his Surface Pro laptop that has facial recognition to make it so that if he ever forgets his password, he could log in with his face. Judge, is it okay? Is it against the law? Is it against the Constitution, specifically the Fifth Amendment, to make it so we have to make him put his face as the password to unlock it and then allow us to find more evidence about him on his personal property?
Nope. Sounds good. Go ahead with that. Sounds perfect. Go ahead. No problems there.
That's a problem, sir.
No, it's not a problem. You can't ask that, and you can't ask me to do it and then tell me it's a problem. I'm the judge. I said no.
Well, Judge,
no, there's no problem with
right.
it.
Yeah, Judge, you're wrong. There is a problem.
If they tried forcing, this is just me.
Yeah.
Me. I'm this guy, and they try to use my face to open my computer, I'd be headbutting the dog snot out of that damn computer.
Oh, I'd break it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd break that computer.
I would be
out.
breaking the snot out of it. Because at
Do you
that
know
point,
how simple it is to break one of those deals?
Yes. Yeah, because we've had experience with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I would just kind of go, all right, fine, and you get along with it, and the moment you have it, you just smash that sucker.
No, because you won't have it. Your hands will be. You're a defendant. You got your hands.
Yeah, but most defendants, unless they're there for like bad, hardcore violence or stuff like that, most of them are not in handcuffs.
Oh, that's right.
Unless
so yeah,
they're a
they'll
threat.
just,
and even if he is,
you grab it like you're about to go, and then just bam.
You're like, all right, I got it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Sorry, sir.
If you want it, you got to go at it.
I plead the Fifth.
You're going at it the hardcore way. The Fifth Amendment grants anyone, just continuing on, the Fifth Amendment grants anyone, as we just read, in the U.S., the right to remain silent if they are charged with committing a crime, a protection for an innocent person who otherwise might be ensnared by an ambiguous circumstance.
That is what he quoted. You are quoting that from the court.
Uh-huh.
That is not the Fifth Amendment.
No.
That is you have the right. That's your Miranda rights, dummy.
Yeah.
That's not the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, the Fifth Amendment doesn't say anything about remaining silent. It says you can't incriminate yourself.
Right. You can, but you don't have to.
But it doesn't say to remain silent.
Right.
You moron.
Yeah.
Courts have previously ruled that a defendant cannot be compelled to turn over computer passwords. Passwords are considered testimonial evidence.
Yep.
Which a defendant can refuse to provide to law enforcement because doing so would mean answering a question based on the contents of their thoughts.
Because your password's always personal.
Yeah. And it's also, I would argue that, by allowing them to get in or by them forcing him to use his face to get into this thing, I would say still goes past the civil asset forfeiture too.
Right.
It would cross into that.
It's also part of the whole thing.
I know
they're using his computer for public use.
Yeah. If you have it as, that's where I was going with it. If you have it as evidence, then that means you have it as evidence. It's there. You can look at it. You don't need anything from the guy. If you have to use him, that means you have then therefore seized his property and are using it for public use without his permission. And there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. Oh, I love it when these people get moronic. However, the prosecution, continuing on, successfully argued that those protections do not extend to a person's physical features like their face or fingerprints.
I'm sorry, stop right there. Yes, it does. Your fingerprint is literally completely unique. I'm sorry, but you cannot compel somebody to use their fingerprint to unlock something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, if this is the game that they're playing, a lot of you that have the facial recognition, like
turn it off.
I have one.
Turn it off.
Yours is with the finger. Turn that sucker off. I would recommend turning it off and going strictly to
password only.
Password only. Because if they can do this, and they're still obviously deliberating on this, is still the thing that's up in the air. But if they can make this happen to this guy,
it can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anyone for any reason. So I would go back to the old fashioned. I know it's more tedious that way, but ladies and gentlemen, which is more important? Your freedom or your convenience of ease being able to turn on your phone. Anyway.
Right. See, the funny thing is that the FBI is also one of the people that are arguing that it's okay to do this.
Of course they are.
You know, the same people that gave, STDs to people in Guatemala, the same people that...
Yeah, but, one doesn't have to do with the other.
Right. Same people that are also running drugs across our border. These same individuals in these same government agencies that are doing all of these things that we know of, but we can't prove because we don't have the information. We don't have the stuff.
Yeah, I know.
We know it's happening, but we can't prove it.
Let's see. Several court rulings in support of this argument. In 2014, a Virginia judge said the police can compel a defendant to provide his fingerprint to unlock a cell phone that may have contained incriminating evidence because a fingerprint, like giving DNA or handwriting sample, is physical evidence. Similar cases were decided in 2016 and again in 2017. Quote, the self-incrimination analysis of biometric and face scanning would be the same as for the Touch ID. That, according to Jeffrey Weltley, a UNC Chapel Hill law professor, said in a 2017 interview with The Verge. Quote, standing there while a law enforcement officer holds a phone up to your face or your eye is not a testimonial act because it does not require the suspect to provide any information that is inside his or her mind.
Okay,
quote.
We're not talking about testimony in this way. He is providing evidence against himself that is incriminating to him. He is allowing access to an agency, to a body that is trying to prosecute him.
Yeah.
By doing this, it is literally forcing him to provide evidence against himself, whether it's in his mind because it's a password or because it's his face. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't understand what the difference is. Why is it being a password in your mind? Why
because
is that so special?
They can collect your fingerprints. Okay.
No, I got that. But I'm saying, why are they holding what the what's in your mind as they keep referring to it?
Because
why is that
it's
more
talking
special?
about, once again, it's talking about the difference between testimonial
No, I got that.
access versus physical evidence. So testimonial evidence is evidence that, you have to physically say, you have to speak on it. It has to be something that came from you. Whereas any sort of physical evidence can be collected because it's physical.
But
it's like they could take a picture of. Why didn't they just take a picture
but see,
and then
that's
hold
where
it
I
up
was
to the
going.
camera?
The same thing applies across the board for all of it. They can get that stuff through. I've seen it done a million times.
Right.
You can get someone's fingerprint, put that fingerprint on Scotch tape, put it across the front of the phone, and all you
Press
do is just
down.
top the top of the thing, and it works.
Yep.
The same thing with this the
Face ID.
The Face ID. You put
Have
a
a picture of
up
him.
in front of it, it works. So why in the hell are they going through all this?
Why did they do this in the first place? Why did they wait until the warrant was out and expired?
Yeah, see, this doesn't make sense. If you guys could do all this stuff and you're so hell-bent on sure that it's on there,
How is it that we, people
then
who are
why
not,
aren't you...
people who aren't highly educated, how is it that we know how to do this stuff and the federal government doesn't?
I mean, if you're going to be shady about the whole thing, which is, we can use your face or your fingerprint to be able to open it and you don't have a say in it. If you're going to be that dirty, why
Then
don't
you might as well just used it.
Yeah, then why are you doing anything on the up and up at all?
Right.
Why don't you just get in there and snatch it off?
I mean, you are the FBI. You could have said, well, we hacked it.
Thank you. That doesn't... It's so stupid. The whole thing is asinine.
You have white hackers. How can you not hack this thing?
I know.
It's a surface.
Techru 2024 over on Twitter. Political drama has caught up with and past furry drama, and that frightens me. Oblivion Flickering also on Twitter. Yo, Judge, why don't you unlock this with your face? Say there you go. That's the good stuff.
Sweatimus Prime doing a little clip over there. Dylan goes, oops.
Yep, and headbutt the lady at the door.
That's
yes,
right.
That's me. Adam W. Johnson.
The lady is the Surface tablet.
Yes, the poor Surface tablet. Adam W. Johnson over Twitter. I have never used the facial recognition or fingerprint recognition on my phone. Samsung and Google would both have access to that. Plus, as we've seen from NCIS all the time, criminals can just shoot me and unlock my phone with my dead thumb. Why would a criminal? But never mind. I know.
Yeah.
Sweatimus Prime also on Twitter. I would argue that if they had to get a warrant to open a locked box, they would need to get a warrant to use my face against my will to unlock my phone. But what do I know? Right? That's where I'm at too.
Yep.
It's like, well, you know.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Dan over there, Dan Goheen over on Facebook. We see you. We see you. He's asking, is this thing on? We see you.
Yes, it is on. We see you. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this is one of those few stories we get into, and we're both like, eyes are both twitching,
just a bit,
tumors throbbing.
It's mainly like I had this is one of those times where I've read the story and I had the exact same reaction as when I gave him the story.
Yeah, he
had the same thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same thoughts cut through, and I was like, yeah, so we're on this. Okay.
You threw that up on the wrong one.
Oh, I did. Whatever. I don't care.
We said it anyway.
Yeah, we said it anyway out loud.
But yeah, no, this whole thing is wrong. If they're going to even have this as an argument in the debate, whether you can use your face or use your finger to unlock your stuff against your will.
If they already have it in place, it's not a big deal, right? It shouldn't have been
but I'm saying
in the first place.
If that's the angle they're going with it,
because
then I would recommend everybody, if you don't already, go back to using just the
PIN codes.
PIN code. Because then there's nothing they can do.
Right. At that point, there's nothing they can do. If you want to use your fingerprint to unlock your like apps and stuff like that, sure. But to unlock your phone,
yeah, it needs to be
to unlock your computers, no, not at all. And the funny thing is, like, it was supposed to be an added safety feature.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was supposed to be a quick, assertive safety feature that was almost impossible to duplicate without you being there physically.
Yeah.
And it's being turned into a way that they can just take any information that they want that they already get, but any information that they want that they can already get.
Hold on, you keep whispering. What?
I'm sorry, what?
You keep dropping there.
I'm sorry. It's not. Is
that my headphones?
It's probably
again?
your headphones. It's okay. Yeah, but they can get all of this information that it's fine. They have it. Because you're looking at all the stuff, you're going through all the Facebooks, you're going through the social medias. They have this information anyway, but now they need it physically.
Yeah,
it just makes it easier for them to claim it now. So if that's the case, if we're at the point now to where they can physically claim that, hey, legally we can claim your fingerprint and just force you to put your finger here. We can force you to provide your finger.
Put your finger right
here. Hey, pull my finger. Yeah, that's basically it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Well, I mean, if that's what they're doing, that's what they're doing.
No, that's true.
Your face, your finger. Why? I'm still hooked on this idea of why did they not just take a picture of him and show it in front of the camera?
Well, I would be kind of tickled, and I don't know. Maybe he does have this stuff on there. Maybe he doesn't. But I would be tickled if they go through all of this rigmarole.
And he doesn't even have it.
And there's nothing there.
It's like he never turned on his Face ID.
That would be fantastic.
Like
No. That it works.
There's nothing on the computer.
And there's nothing on there to incriminate him. He's just, I'm not
he's
doing
clean.
it. And and the whole time he's like, you have no right to do this. You're not going to do this. And they just keep pushing it. That would be fantastic.
Or like all the stuff backed up to a cloud server that's not even connected to his stuff. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. That would be, I'm just saying. Oblivion Flickering over on Twitter. 10 minutes after the invention of the mind scanner, some judges will rule that it can be used to convict defendants.
Yes.
Southern Ohio Jackal, they're just trying to set a precedent. Argument to do this in the future to anyone, to get into anyone's phone, computer, etc. for something as simply as jaywalking. That's why I'm saying, if you're not already doing it,
just go ahead and kill it.
I would recommend you changing it now.
Because if they're, I mean, I've got nothing to hide on my phone.
I don't either.
I really don't care.
But it's one of those things that, as we're seeing, they're kind of coming up with their laws to fit however they want.
Yeah.
To do whatever they want.
However they need it to.
Better safe than sorry. I would just say, yay.
Nay, sir.
Yeah. Even if you're clean about it, I would make it as difficult as humanly possible for these guys.
I would go to the native language of Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Uh-oh.
And say nay.
Why the long face? Oh.
John Kerry. Sorry.
There you go. No, Tech Roo over there on the Twitter. Just load all of your computers up with furry porn and make them regret their life choices. Hardcore German, the German stuff.
The German Scheiße video?
Yes. Yeah, furry German Scheiße videos.
Oh, no, that's so wrong.
Because you mentioned having to wash in the furs. Yes. It's everywhere.
It gets stuck in the suit.
It's everywhere.
You got a flap.
So it is Prime over Twitter. Just because you have nothing to hide now doesn't mean you won't once the rules change. And that's exactly what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. Go ahead and fix it now.
You never, ever.
Just go ahead and fix it now, man.
Know.
That's it. Just do it now. Take care of it now.
Because otherwise, it may come back and bite you in the fanny. Yes, and I said fanny.
Yeah.
Fanny. I don't know why that makes me giggle, but it does. What are you doing? You're reading awfully hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Yeah, we realized who it was. Gosh.
Yeah.
Jeez. What's wrong with you guys? I can tell one by the fact that the pictures are the same.
I was going to say.
Thanks.
I know we may not be as educated as, some people.
I'm not that dumb.
But we're not that dumb.
Jeez.
I'm dumb, but
not that dumb.
Not that dumb. I can.
Things are the same.
Yeah, I can match stuff up.
We can match pictures at least, all right? He's not good at math, but pictures are good. He's darn good. You got those finder the find the secret hidden images.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the images. He's good at that.
I can find Waldo every daggone time.
Mm-hmm. You see, okay, so then
but don't ask me to do math.
Southern Ohio Jackal adding on to the Tech Roo is saying that, or Amish porn.
That would be funny too.
The problem with it is, it's not real.
That's one of his prime, the FBI. Joke's on you. I'm into that stuff. Did you just find and think of any of the craziest, worst stuff to have just as backup?
Right.
Just as backup.
Yeah, sorry. I gave the wrong name. Sarah Jessica Parker. Excuse me.
Did you not say that?
No, I said Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, yeah. No, that's...
Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah. No,
excuse me.
That's...
Pink
Sabrina.
Ranger.
No, Sabrina.
Teen Twitch, yeah.
That's who that was.
That's who that was, yeah.
That's who that
Sorry.
was. You got to get the people rights.
Yeah, well, I've had a long day.
And not for nothing, every time I think of, Sarah Jessica Parker, I also think of Penelope Cruz because she's got a long face too.
Does she really?
Yeah.
I don't think
I think constructive surgeries may have fixed that, but in the beginning, oh dear Lord. Yeah. I called her Toucan Sam.
It's a schnoz joke.
Just follow your nose. That sucker entered the room about a minute and a half before she did.
That's not right.
It's also factual. Like everyone could tell she was coming because they could hear the breathing. Nostrils that big. Nights you say knee over on Twitter. The show is going well when at Stephen Airy and at Dylan Lyles are trying to convince at DOA show audience that they're not dumb.
I never said that I was trying to convince anybody. I was just stating a fact.
I was going to say, trying to convince myself, actually, more than anything.
It's more than anything.
B from the SAV. Well, if you aren't that educated and we're listening to you, What does that say about us? Never mind. Don't answer that.
It says you really enjoy American Pride Roasters coffee.
It does. You can go get your own American Pride Roasters coffee at AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yes, it is historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time that you put it into your mouth.
Don't forget, you can also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you can find everybody on the Mojo50 radio network. They also have their own radio podcast on the iHeartRadio channel. It's just the Mojo50 radio channel.
Yeah.
It's a button there.
You click it, follow
click
it, subscribe it.
It's
for
great.
365.
24/7. Yeah.
Yeah. 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Perfect stuff. Liberty
great.
Talk Radio.
Go to our website.
DOAEshow.com. That's DOAEshow.com. Check out the archives, become a member with us. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show so we can get your tweets in. We'll be right back.
No. Before the right back was right on point. Go ahead and cut that back in. To the very beginning. Yeah. Add some more coffees.
Yep. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Huh? Sit still.
Oh, here we go. All right. Coffee. And they called it puppy love. Oh, I guess they'll never know. Anyway. What? Oh my. I feel bad for you. But not at all, because you did it to yourself. You've done it to yourself, the all-powerful Sutek, who doesn't even listen to the show, I'm sure. But still, you did it to yourself.
Did what to whoself?
Responding back to the tech brews, he said, just load up your stuff with furry porn and make them regret it. He said, I'm way ahead of you. Oh. It's okay. I have no judgments against you.
Guess what I was probably saying? They're not dumb, but showing they're certainly perverted.
What?
I don't know about perverted.
Because we know about it doesn't mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Sarah Jessica Parker approves of this show. Me.
And they call it.
See, I got it in your head too.
I've already been singing that today.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's odd.
I know.
So we really were on the same wavelength today.
Yep.
So I finished the mind-numbing portion of the stuff that I was supposed to be doing.
Finally?
Yeah, I finally finished. That click. Next. Click. Next.
And now you're going to have nothing to do.
Oh, no. Now I've got other stuff that I've got to merge and transfer and everything else. And after that, then technically I'm not going to have anything to do other than like the company's social media stuff, which I'm supposed to do once a day now.
By the time certain things happen,
I'm
just saying, by the time all that gets done, they're going to be sitting pretty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to be, everything's going to be set up before anything else happens.
And watch it. None of them are going to know what the hell is.
I don't care.
Just fall by the wayside.
I don't care.
I don't either.
I've made sure that it's viable.
Yeah.
It is now a viable product that they can use. And that's all I can that's all I can afford.
It's on them now.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I have provided for you something that is set up and dedicated to the one process that you guys have been denying the entire time but spending thousands of dollars on. So, now that you're using the system, use it.
Yeah. I've done what I can. The rest is on you.
I've built the backbone. Go.
and it'll fail.
That's right.
This is Defenders Live.
I did go the other way.
You did not go the other way.
Yes, I did.
You went.
I was there when I did it.
I asked you to fix the timing, and now it's off the other way by 15 seconds.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, we're still fine.
We're off by 15 seconds
We're
now. The other way.
Fine.
Oh my God.
You watch. We'll be okay.
Yeah, sure.
I fixed it.
How?
I fixed it.
How?
I fixed it.
How?
I fixed it.
How?
Just.
I want to know how. How did you fix it?
We still have one more break.
That doesn't help us in this.
That's true. No, it does. It does. We'll fix it. I don't know how.
I don't know how you're going to fix it, but
I'll fix it.
all right.
I or not. Or you know what?
Just leave
You
it as
know
is.
what?
No,
Who
screw it. Just leave it as is. We'll just have a long, long, long ending where there's like 15 seconds of dead.
No, we won't. Because then we can do that. We have the time.
Jesus.
And it was not on purpose, but we have the time now. That was unplanned, but hey.
Ah, jeez, man.
Give the people what they want.
Gosh. All right.
Check Ruse over there on Twitter. Send that Dylan Lyles to Cheyenne. We're still hiring because people are still leaving. You didn't listen
because
yesterday.
it's Cheyenne.
You didn't hear me yesterday. I'm not.
He's not going.
I can't. I'll visit. I can't live there.
I mean, it's not a terrible place.
No, I'm not saying it is. I think it's actually, like, my brain says it'd be a fantastic thing. Mm-hmm. I have grown so accustomed to being protected by trees that if I go to a place that has
no trees,
I'm going to be very paranoid. And I'm already a fairly paranoid individual as it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it doesn't have trees, but
no, I know they do, but it's
less.
It's way different than here. It's all open. It's flat.
It's definitely less.
Yeah, and it's not like here.
They have windmills that work in the cold.
It's almost like they're used to it.
Right.
Isn't it weird?
It's almost like they're climatized.
That's weird.
What?
Who said you should
What are you talking about?
have it all working?
This is not. What is this?
Kind of junk are you
Come
making
on.
up? Sweater's Prime also on Twitter at Dylan Lyles. I was there when I did it. Kind of sounds like I don't snore. I stayed up all night to check. Close.
Great start to the second hour. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Stop
I know.
it.
No, thank you. Thank you, B.
B, that's not even funny.
So,
I'm ready.
you good?
Yeah, no, go
All
ahead.
right, are you ready now?
Go ahead.
All right.
I am waiting with bated breath.
I can't say this guy's name.
It's Nick Vajussi.
I thought it was Vajicic.
No.
Vajicic.
Vajussi. It might be Vajussi.
I think it's Nick Vajicic.
Okay.
I think it is.
Close enough.
I think so.
I'm there.
He's a paraplegic and also a public speaker and all the rest of it. He's a well-known Christian evangelist entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. You had to have seen a video of this guy at some point. He's the guy that has like no arms, no legs, learned how to swim.
But is wildly pro you go out and do it.
Yeah. I mean, again, if a guy with no arms and no legs can learn how to swim,
you can at least get up off your butt.
Yeah, you used to say you can do anything, actually,
right,
at that point.
Yeah.
If he can, I think he even can like drive a car, and I use the term walk very loosely.
Pretty sure he's married.
He is. Got married. He's like married. If I remember serves right, he's like married with like 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, like if that guy can get married with 2 kids.
Yeah, if his life can go like that,
if he can
and
go good, you can do this, guys. You got this. All right, and that's basically his entire message. Anyway, he's sick and tired.
Well, because he's got the world on a string, and he's sitting on a rainbow.
Right. Yeah, but he's pretty sick and tired about the banking system.
He's sick and tired of being sick and tired?
No, just about the state of the banking system in the U.S. And he wants to change some things.
Like what?
He's decided to start a bank.
A bank.
A bank that would donate profits to only pro-life organizations instead of places like Planned Parenthood.
I mean, that's fair.
Right.
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of have this weird thing about, why have them donate money at all? But I mean, a bank can do whatever it wants to, I guess. How about just don't donate the money? If you make the profits, how about, you turn it back into, making the bank better for the people after you've paid the people working there and blah, blah, blah.
All the rest of it, yeah.
You know
Why
what I mean?
don't you just keep paying them?
Yeah, because my brain says, if you could offer, if you, and I don't know, again, math is not more my forte. Just
yeah, that's true.
In case anyone
We all
listening
know.
was
Yeah.
all curious. Math is not my strong suit.
Right.
But I would argue that if you can have a private bank, becomes popular enough and has enough profits that roll through,
Mm-hmm.
then they should be technically able to offer a little bit more of a, and I'm not talking about a crazy level now, but I'm saying you might be able to offer a higher interest rate in certain things than normal because,
Or lower.
or
Lower interest rate
well,
on
I was
loans,
talking-
higher
well, yeah.
interest rates on actual...
on the accounts.
on
Yeah.
savings and things, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have the money to play with.
Right.
You have that money. It could be sitting there. It could be doing something. And after you've made everything right. And again, I'm not in the banking world. I'm not in finance. I don't know. I know this, anybody who knows the Charles Ponzi story, it's very similar when he was talking about that when he made it to Canada. But I'm just saying the thought process is if you keep it all circulated there and, you give your employees benefits and blah, blah, if you're really producing that much in profit, then why don't you just set stuff aside to be able to offer people more of an interest rate? And I'm not saying a Ponzi scheme. I'm saying legitimately, here's the cash sitting here.
I don't think he's thought of that because he was more pressured about the fact that 90% of banks give philanthropically to abortion.
No, and I got that. I'm just saying my brain says just the doing it period, the donating period is like, ugh. But I mean, it's a good way to stop it. I'm just off on a
Well,
tangent.
not really because they're
Not
still
stop
gonna
it, but
they're
it's
still going to keep doing it.
It's a good way to be different.
Right.
So,
And then you allow yourself to have, if you're a bank, you can get members and everything else. And then
yeah.
all these people come in and their money doesn't get given as like a secondary thing to abortion.
And think of it this way. This particular bank guarantees future account holders because it supports pro-life.
Right. It means that they're definitely guaranteeing
they're
that they're
planning
going to
for
try
the-
and plan for the future.
They're planning for the future. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Which for him, it's just unimaginable that the amount of God's money, what he considers God's money, is constantly being used to fund things that kill the unborn children.
Yeah.
According to the Post, the Christian Post, that is, it was a sobering reality to him that led him to partner with the Network Medical Women's Center executive director Betsy Gray to found the pro-life bank.
That's a lot of words.
She has a huge title.
That's a huge title.
Huge title. She has a huge title.
I mean, hey, popular. I mean, it's a pro-life bank. Who ever thought of a pro-life bank? Like really, like
Whoever thought that was going to be the thing, right?
I just
Right. And that's kind of one of the deals. Yeah, I gotcha. So, yeah, as it continues on, from the pro-life bank it's a non-for-profit bank, but it's for giving bank. It's a bank for giving, not for profit, but for giving, that will donate 50% of net profits to the Judeo-Christian aligned nonprofit organizations to further the kingdom of God. That's what he explains. Unlike Bank of America, which directly supports Planned Parenthood and abortion agenda through event sponsoring and gift matching, Pro-Life Bank assures its customers that its profits will all go towards pro-life causes. As he continues on, just like Noah saves lives.
he didn't saves. He saved.
Saved. Just like Noah saved lives. I'm sorry, my eyes are kind of...
I know. Long way.
I'm going back to the whole point. My eyes are dead right now.
I know.
It's because I've been staring at a screen for 8 hours, more than 8 hours a day.
I know.
Anyway, so we're going to save lives with Pro-Life Bank. He wants to create a foundation that's just going to be straight up giving 50% of its profits.
That's nice.
50% of its profits
That's nice.
to pro-life situations. He's married, has 4 kids.
I told you.
4 kids.
I thought I said that. Oh, I said 2 or 3.
Yeah, I said 2 or 3, yeah. 4 kids. He has no arms and no legs due to a genetic disorder. And he feels that he is uniquely positioned to speak on issues about abortion and adoption and foster care because he is.
I like the uniquely part. B from the SAV over on Twitter. I've heard him live in person. It's an incredible story.
Right.
Swim is Prime over on Twitter. Ed Dylan Lyles pointing to sound something out. Stephen Airy is literally me reviewing work reports. Yes, I will intentionally pronounce misspelled words, how they are spelled for dramatic effect.
Yes.
And then apparently Song of the Slug, I think the AI is agoraphobic. Might need to defrag him again.
It may be.
No, that's a built-in inherent thing. You can defrag it all you want to.
It's just going to keep happening.
I don't. I like my woods. I like my trees.
Yep. He can't have the big open spaces.
I like to hide.
Wide open spaces are not his thing.
No. Nope. I like to walk into the woods and disappear.
Yeah. You like to walk this way?
Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's this way. Sometimes it's that way. Other times it's other ways we need to go. But no, like I said, this is a nice little idea. I wonder how well it's going to do. Like how I understand the push he's trying to go with it and everything, but I wonder what kind of success he's going to see. Is it going to be just like, oh, it's just in whatever state he happens to live in?
Or is it going to be a universal thing?
Is it going to be, is it going to be it nationwide?
Is it going to be something like a Capital One where they don't actually have banks?
Yeah, that's another thing I was trying to, like, how is this going to look? Because it's not easy to open a bank nowadays. That's for daggone sure.
It's not easy to do a lot of things nowadays.
No.
I do like where he's going with it.
I do too.
Okay, that is great.
I do too.
I just think that there's a lot of things that need to be thought through on this guy. What
do you mean?
Like, there's a lot of back end issues that he needs to get addressed before it really gets off the ground.
Well, I mean, I guess if you have the capital and the ability to start a bank, period. All he's saying is he's going to do it. It's just instead of donating the profits to Planned Parenthood and things like that, they're going to put it towards, Christian-based stuff. And that's fantastic.
I guess the question is whether or not the government's going to allow him to do that or not.
Yeah, watch that one be.
Because as you know, all banks are in the pocket of the government right now.
I know.
Every single bank.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So what I miss Prime over Twitter. Ed Dylan Lyles, the AI is an Ewok? No.
You like hiding in the trees.
I do. But I am not. I'm fat.
He's more Wookiee.
I'm more Wookiee. I was gonna say I'm fat, but I'm not Ewok. I'm not short and stubby. I'm
he's tall and heavy.
Yeah, so I'm more of a
he's more of a Wookiee.
I am. And they lived in the trees and woods too, so
yeah.
I just know they were trying to insult me with the Wookiee. With the Ewok. Yeah.
Well, no, because they're also cute.
I'm just saying they ruined to me. It ruins the Star Wars.
It does.
Franchise.
Yeah, it's just a plushie.
Okay.
It's a plushie that get kicked around.
Okay, I don't know if anybody's ever asked this question. I know I haven't asked it and I haven't gotten answers. In your opinion,
okay,
and anybody out there you want to tweet at know what I'm talking about?
Please, go ahead.
Go for it. Which was the biggest? I don't want to say failure. Well, we'll say failure. The worst thing, whatever. The worst idea for Star Wars, Ewoks or Jar Jar Binks.
That's a hard one.
That's a tough one, isn't it? Which one is worse?
So, all right.
The only thing,
Darth Jar Jar.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The only thing I think, personally, that makes Jar Jar better than the Ewoks is that people have been able to come up with a very logical and elaborate,
backstory for him.
Darth Jar Jar,
like forward story.
Yeah, as if the whole time he's
came out.
Sith and da-da-da-da, which could make sense. It could. You can't do that with the Ewoks. You can't.
No, because they're just... How can there be an evil Ewok Unless it's a gremlin.
They are.
They're
Don't feed them
gremlins.
after midnight.
Just don't feed them after midnight and you're fine, all right?
Get them wet.
Right.
I'm just saying. It was just a thought. I don't know if anybody else thinks that way. I think both of them.
Okay, so here's the deal. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I know where people are going to land on this. They're going to say that Jar Jar is actually worse.
Uh-huh.
I know that.
Okay.
I know they're going to say that. And the reason why I know that they're going to say that is because Ewoks are closer to nostalgia.
That's true.
Okay.
I hadn't thought of it from that angle.
Ewoks hit nostalgia because it's based upon the old movies.
They had time to get over it and grow to love them, is what you're saying?
No. And it's more animatronic. It's less of the weirdness.
Animatronic, nothing. They were all midgets inside of like a little bear costume.
Yeah, midgets and bear costumes, and also
Jar Jar was all CGI.
He was all CGI and crap.
Yeah.
And he was part of the worst portions of the worst made versions of the Star Wars universe. Like those movies were terrible.
I would think, I still go back. My argument is
trash.
still the Ewoks were, I think, the worst. Forgetting nostalgia, forgetting all of it, I think Ewoks were worse because the way
if they came out at the same time. Like if they had come out at the same
time, I would say that Ewoks are worse because the way they had it played out in Return of the Jedi, it almost implies that if it hadn't been for the Ewoks, they wouldn't have survived.
It's like, I'm sorry, what are giant rocks and trees
and sticks going to do against metal machines with lasers? Stop it.
It's not. No.
Stop it.
Come on.
Come
on. Like there it is.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Ewoks to me are the worst of it. Jar Jar. The reason I think I excuse Jar Jar, I'm going to be honest with you, is because my brain goes into the logical side of everything.
Yeah.
Is the universe is this giant, vast space. There's bound to be someone like Jar Jar somewhere. There has to be. And look at me. Hello. If I can be here, someone as dopey as him can be there. Now, how they elevated him in the movie is a little dumb. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
And I agree. But at the same time, I'm kind of, it's very tough, but I think Ewoks are arguably the worst. And I stand by that, I think, which is, and having done that has probably sealed our fate. Aside from the politicking that we sometimes do, will also ensure that we will never be on Odyssey 1. Ever. For any reason.
No, I don't know.
We're not even going to be asked to become on as a guest.
I think we can get our viewpoint on the Banthas podcast.
Maybe, but
we can get on Banthas because I know that guy.
No, I know that, but they're going to be like, no, you've said something dumb, and we're not gonna.
We're layman's to all of this. The movies. We're not obsessed with the movies, so
yeah. Anyway,
Sweatimus Prime. What does sticks and rocks do against lasers and metals?
Arnold Schwarzenegger peeking around a tree.
Predator.
Yeah, I know. Song of the Slug. I thought Darth Jar Jar was a legit future Lucas had planned, and Rey was the worst thing to happen to Star Wars. Effing Mary Sue.
Song of the Slug.
No, I haven't seen. Thankfully, as of right now, I haven't seen The Last Jedi.
The last one.
Yeah. I haven't
the final one?
Yeah, because I've heard of
The Rise of Skywalker.
Whatever it is. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stupid stuff about it.
Of course there's a lot of stupid stuff
and it's
about
like,
it. They did a terrible job with the CG. They did a terrible job with the fight scenes. The storyline is kind of meh.
That's what I've actually...
And they did a bunch of jumps and weird things, and you needed more backstory.
I think they killed off all the older ones. Obviously, Princess Leia tragically died in real life soon, so I get her bit.
Yeah.
But I think they killed, like Han Solo, they killed him off too soon. I think they killed off Luke Skywalker too soon. Like, it should have been in the last one.
All of them.
Yeah. If you're going to kill them off... if you're going to kill them off, you kill them off there. And not this whole, I'm going to have a conversation with my son. I love you, son. It's the first bit of emotion next to your mother I've ever shown in any of these movies. Oh, God, I'm dead. Like, that's dumb.
The last thing that I'm going to do is show emotion to you and then die.
Yeah, I know. And then the kid's like, no, I'm just a petulant little whiny ass who just doesn't like me. No. No. And then after he kills Han Solo, and then apparently he ends up being on the good side in the end or something.
Yeah, because he regrets it.
Shut up.
He regrets it.
Then you shouldn't have
It
done
was the last sacrifice of his dad to make him turn back to good.
All I kept hearing was cats in the cradle at that point. I was just like,
All because of the Snoke.
Which I still don't understand what the hell he's about.
You don't understand the Snokes?
No, but then again, I haven't watched it all. So
Well, just think about it. It's Snopes.
I got that.
Snope.
I got it.
Snokes. It's a play on words, but no,
I got it.
He's the evil Darth bad guy.
I got that
the
part
biggest
too.
of the Darths.
No, and I got that part. I just
controlling all the. Dark
I used to be
things.
really excited about that stuff, and then
You got over it, didn't you?
well, like the ideas would be great. I think that, but they're too busy. I think trying to make money. This is my humble opinion, and I know this has nothing to do with anything tonight, and y'all just bear with us. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
We've got like 3 more minutes. Just suck it up.
Tangent,
Just suck it up.
I mean, we have other stories, but
And we'll do that on the other side. Yeah. But no, I truly think the Star Wars thing, when they came out in the beginning, the first 3, and from the 70s all through, like I get, obviously you're going to have some bits and pieces, but I think the story and everything, the universe is so solid. I think that every subsequent one they came up with afterwards, the 3 trilogies and in this last set, I feel they were trying too hard, and they didn't need to. I think the Star Wars story and universe itself is such a solid base of entertainment that you don't need to try. Just let it happen. It's that massive. It's that good. I think that's why they can have so many books. Like I've read a lot of the books.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten a lot of them for free.
Yeah.
But I've read a lot of the books, like the tangents and
they're
the
really
side
good.
things.
Oh,
and they're
God.
fantastic.
all of the Knights of the Old Republic stories and everything in the background.
They're fantastic. Why? Because
so much good quality stuff.
They're good. Why? Because they just throw it on paper and they let it ride. They're not pushing a narrative. They're not, and I don't mean a narrative like, it's LGBT or whatever. That's the afterthought of crap, and I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like they're not trying to force something. They're not trying to make something. It's not about selling the book so much as it is to tell the story, and that's what makes them fantastic. Mm-hmm. If they did the same thing with the Star Wars movies all across the board, you wouldn't, like I said, you don't have to do anything. You just kind of let it write itself and go.
There are very few like universes out there that have as much lore, like that isn't a comic book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That didn't start as a comic book, but has as much lore, backstory, and written content.
Yeah.
Like you've got this, you've got the Forgotten Realms, and that's kind of the same thing, but it's a different stuff. But the amount of backstory, the amount of legends that get told and put into these books, and all the rest of it that gets thrown in over the years.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of storytelling that you can create just off of like a random reference from one of the originals. It's like there's a random reference to this. Oh, there's a statue and it shows this guy.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy?
And you can, and there's a whole nother.
Someone comes around 20 years later and creates a whole new backstory for the reason why the statue's there.
Yeah, like
it's awesome.
They did it with. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but they did it with Han Solo. It's the same thing. You pick.
That was so bad.
I don't know. But I'm
my
saying,
God,
that concept is still there. You pick a guy who people are like, oh wow, huh, and
I wish
let
the Solo
it ride.
movie. The Solo movie should have been better.
Really, I don't. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
It should have been so much better. I mean, it was better than the latest ones.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I like the one that was the in between. It was between. It was
the one that shows where they tried to get the plans.
Where they get the plans.
That's good.
That was a good one.
That was good.
They did good there.
I think so.
You didn't even need a Jedi. It was good.
Adam W. Johnson over Twitter. Those recent ones lost me when Adam Driver as Darth Vader's grandson, Darth Emo.
Yeah.
And who was worse, Rey or Darth Temper Tantrum?
That's a
good question.
Very good question.
I don't know.
We're gonna have some radio silence here because
So what?
We're not even on break yet.
Oh, I don't care.
15 seconds.
We're on break. I hit the button. Okay.
This is too late.
It's not my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but it's not. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
It's fine.
It's
It's
please.
fine.
Is that the worst we can do?
This is the worst thing that's ever happened. It's no big deal.
Yes, Wedman's Prime. There's such rich history, so many world building, and the mouse just pissed it all away for the new stuff. Yep. Be from the SAV Confessions. I haven't seen anything past Return of the Jedi, feeling like I'm not missing much. You're really not.
You're really not.
You're really not.
Honestly, B, you're really not. Well, okay. All right. So the cartoon, the Clone Wars cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
I like
They
those.
did a really good job, and it actually ties into the story.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with Disney, and I understand that they have to have certain server space and blah blah blah. But dude, you're Disney. You've got money. But
The fact that they almost didn't even fund The Mandalorian.
well, I was gonna say, but they didn't. They don't have like the entire Clone Wars series on there. They skip episodes.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, why? Who are you to decide what the better ones are? Shut up.
Just play them all.
Just give me what the hell I want. I want to because
I want to watch the Clone Wars. Give them.
Me and my kids, me and the boys used to watch them all the time. Like I'd play that on a loop,
Heck yeah.
and it's just no.
And they're
can't.
good.
They are. Sweatimus Prime Rogue One was good, but Kyle Katarn stole the Death Star plans, and you can't change my mind.
This is Defenders Live.
It still works out.
It's fine. We're good.
Fine.
So, U.S. Court of
Fine.
Appeals.
God.
U.S. Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit on Monday
Oh, good.
said that a Christian web designer who lives in Colorado must create websites that she says violates her religious beliefs.
Why?
In a 2-1 decision, the appeals court said that 303 creative founder Lori Smith must design graphics and websites that, quote, celebrate same-sex marriages because Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act permissibly compels her to do so if she's able and is going to create websites that celebrate heterosexual marriages. What if she doesn't do marriage at all?
I was just getting ready to ask that.
What if she just doesn't do marriage?
That would be a quick fix right there.
Yeah, I don't do anything that involves marriage or relationships. I don't make websites that involve marriage or relationships. That's it.
I would have, and I think we're going to get off on a tangent.
Of course we are.
So forgive me, but this has got me thinking.
Okay.
There's always this big debate. Everybody's like, well, I'm not going to do it because it celebrates, homosexual marriage.
Yeah. And that's fine if that's what you believe.
No. I mean, I'm not poo-pooing that. I mean, I'm with you on that. The marriage should be between a man and a woman. That's my humble opinion on that. That's the way I read it in the Bible. That's the way it's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. Having said that, though, I think that a lot of people want to die on that hill of, well, it's the marriage. It's the marriage is between a man and a woman, not between man and man or man and woman. Man. You're stuck there. Uh-huh. I think you're kind of missing the initial sin is the homosexuality itself. Yeah, it's not the fact that they got married. Yes. So I don't, my brain, and again, we can argue and debate this all you want to, but my brain says to me that any websites or any cakes or anything like that celebrating marriage between a gay man and a woman or whatever is kind of, I don't know, pointless at this point. I'm not saying you condone. No, hear me out. I'm not saying you condone it. I'm not saying that you're allowing and you encourage it. But what I'm saying is you've already these individuals are already in sin because of the homosexuality.
Yes.
Okay?
That is correct.
Them getting married is not, for all intents and purposes, a sin.
True.
So why are you, why, I mean, I get the argument of, well, if I do this and it says that I'm promoting it. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's marriage. We can argue what the institutional or religious or government definition of what marriage is all day long.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Each one's got a different thing.
Sure.
It's the act of homosexuality, that sin, that's the problem. And I think too many people are dying on the hill of, well, I won't do anything that promotes homosexuals' marriage. Why? Well, again,
are you being asked to celebrate it?
That's where I'm at. You're not asked to participate in it directly. You're making money off of it. I mean, so what? It's
okay,
not.
It's like, okay, so given the situation, all right, here's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
The job that I'm currently at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do printing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of printing. They do printing for all things. They do printing for everything. This company is family owned.
Mm-hmm.
This company is also Christian based.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This company literally has like his radio stickers and all the stuff, like all there.
Yeah.
Everything there. They accept all customers.
Mm-hmm.
All customers.
Yeah.
There's no everyone.
Yeah.
It's an art based thing. It's a thing where they all have to see it. It's a thing where they all would have to know. But they accept all customers. Not just that, but they accept customers of a different political basis as them.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
because you've told me stories about that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like Democrat, Republican, Libertarian. It doesn't matter. A customer is a customer is a customer. Do they have the money to pay for it?
Yeah.
Is the question. Mm-hmm. Do they have the money to pay for it?
Yep.
You are providing a service. Now, should you be forced?
That's where I'm at.
Should you be forced by the government to not be able to say no?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Never. Never in your life. Should you accept it? Accept their money and do the job and say, okay, have a great life?
That's on you.
That's on you.
I would argue.
I would say yes.
I would argue that falls back along the lines of back in the day when, like I said, when Paul sat there and, the certain Christians were, we can't touch any of the meat that was cooked and set aside as sacrifice for the other gods. Right. And other Christians like, oh yeah, no, we can. Yeah. It's that thing. Oh God. It's that part. You figure out your own salvation in that point. You figure out, you do whatever to not be a stumbling block for your neighbor. But having said that though, you're focused on, well, I won't support the marriage. The marriage is the least of the concerns at that point.
That is not where you're at.
And that's what I'm saying. At that point, now you're starting to, in my humble opinion, now you're trying to force them to do something.
Yeah, you're impeding their right. But at the same point in time, now here's the other deal. Mm-hmm. At the same point in time, how did this even get to this far?
That's a good question. That's why I told you it was a tangent.
Like, how did it get so far that it's at this 10th Circuit Court of Appeals?
That's a good question.
In Colorado.
Well, Colorado's a little weird to begin with.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same point in time, you understand what I'm going at. How did they push this far to where it had to go through this many legal junctions to get to the appeals court? Because apparently, the original court sided with the business owner.
Yeah, I mean, she shouldn't be forced.
Obviously,
she should not be forced.
Should not be forced by the government to comply.
And I would argue that you're kind of dying on the wrong hill.
Right.
Because, again, if you're not concerned about them living in that lifestyle or anything in that point to begin with, then what they do beyond that is dumb, I think. The B from the SCV puts it really well. If neither picks my pocket or breaks my back, I have a dream that at some point we'll leave each other alone. And I have had that dream so many times. And you know what? I never want to wake up. It's such a wonderful dream. It's a good dream. It makes me happy.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of where I wanted to get to here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, go for it.
Yeah, this thing. So Briscoe, one of the judges, asserted that Smith, the lady, has something similar, quote, similar to a monopoly over her own creative talents.
Hold on. In that statement, you have your talents.
I do. And I have a monopoly.
Those are, and you have a monopoly because they are yours.
Right. They're mine.
Okay?
Yes.
Nobody has your talents on your level. They may have some in certain expertise in some spots or whatever, but nobody has your gambit, your toolbox of talent and skills. So you have that monopoly. Okay? But that's...
Yeah.
I don't think he means monopoly like that, dude.
Well, so here's what they mean. So Briscoe says that, continuing on, says, quote, the product at issue is not merely a custom-made wedding website, but rather a custom-made wedding website of the same quality and nature as those other sites made by the defendant, appellants. In that market, only appellants exist. So, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I want to make sure that we're right here. Are you saying that you have narrowed down the market of website customization to only those made by appellant? And because you have forcibly narrowed down to appellant's specific quality and nature, now that person has a monopoly on website development? Is that what you're saying?
It's what it sounds like.
Are you saying because you've decided randomly? I've got you right here.
Well, no, I'm looking at something else that would just dawned on me.
Are you deciding randomly that this person's company, appellant, has a monopoly on website building because they are what? Building really good product? Like she's got a really good product or P or whatever.
You said it's the 10th district, right?
Yeah, the 10th Circuit.
Oh, 10th Circuit. I'm sorry.
10th Circuit Court of Appeals.
I want to see something here.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah. All right. So if we do that, and we say that, and we say that this person has a monopoly, okay, what is a monopoly? We got to remember that we should always define our words to make sure that we
should. We got to make absolutely sure that we have everything in order.
A monopoly is exclusive control by one group of the means of producing or selling a commodity or service.
Okay.
Now, does appellant have exclusive control over website building?
No. For them, they do.
In their market, are they the only person in their market that builds websites? No. Are they the only ones that build them like them? No, probably not. Are they the only ones that they make their own? Probably, but that's not
a monopoly.
Okay, how about this? A company, group, or individual having exclusive control over a commercial activity.
Okay.
Well, the commercial activity is website building. Do they have exclusive rights over website building?
No.
At all?
No.
At all?
No.
Anywhere?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, keep going.
You good?
Yeah, no, I was just looking. Because, again, this is the 10th Circuit Court.
Yeah.
Okay. 10th Circuit Court covers Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, all of Oklahoma, Utah, and Wyoming.
That's a big court.
According to this, in cases of citations, the Federal Court of Appeals appeals in jurisdiction over district courts in the following districts.
Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico.
District of Colorado, District of Kansas, District of New Mexico, Eastern, Northern, Western, doesn't say Southern, but, of Oklahoma, District of Utah, and District of Wyoming.
Oklahoma's the place for it to be. Anyway. You good?
I got the song in my head now. Oh, sweeping down the plain.
I knew
where
it.
the grain and wheat sure smells sweet.
That's exactly why I did it.
So,
yeah.
Forget the fact that the internet is literally worldwide.
Yes.
It's almost like a web.
It is.
Like a worldwide web.
It's an internet.
Yeah.
Not an intra, but an internet.
Yeah.
It's a network of interconnected devices.
Yeah.
Put together.
Yeah.
Digitally.
Yeah. It kind of takes up a lot. So, forgetting all of that.
Sure.
You mean to tell me that this web designing company, Appellants, is the only
one
wedding website creator in the District of Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Utah, And Wyoming?
The only one that provides
The only one?
their quality of work.
Define their quality.
Apparently really good.
So
So good that
But
they're
it-
willing to that the prosecution is willing to take it to appeals court to push it so far to make sure that they have to be forced to make a website.
Yeah, hold on.
Are you trying to? No. Put it Colorado. Just Colorado.
You just want Colorado?
Yeah, just in Colorado. Because this
Okay.
is in Colorado.
Colorado. So we're digging on this. We're going to really dig into this.
Website templates.
Let's try that.
Oh yeah.
Templates, blah blah blah. Colorado web designing. Oh, that's all
Web
news.
designer. Yeah, that's news. Crew, the Colorado River and events and weddings, and quality wedding and photography made easy, and
Wedding planning in Colorado.
Dog cat marketing. Kelly Miller Studios, wedding favors, bridal showers, etc. Boulder,
Broomfield, how to choose the perfect ones, and the list goes on and on and on. That's just on the internet, and that's just people located in Colorado.
I think
I don't know why he keeps saying the word monopoly, but
yeah, I don't think it means what you think it means.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't mean that.
It doesn't, and
I don't even care about the same-sex portion of this. That has no bearing to me at this point.
I don't, because in the end of the day, I mean, if you truly feel, and I'm not trying to downplay it if you are one of those folks who's like, I will not and I cannot.
Fine.
I'm not.
Then you lose out on the money. That's fine.
Yeah,
you don't
no.
care.
And if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. You do you.
That's
okay?
right.
But I think that a lot of people get stuck on that because they think that's their way of trying to stop.
And
quote unquote, or be that stand against homosexuality.
And that's stupid.
They're still going to be homosexual whether you make a cake for them or make a website for them or not, whether you promote the marriage or not.
Right. And if you are a homosexual and you happen to have a business like this, and you decide you don't want to do anything for straight people, you only want to exclusively do things for the LGBTQ, quilt bag, whatever community.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
You're excluding yourself from a ton of money.
Yeah.
But because you're also on the progressive side, you'll make a ton of money because
you're being strong and blah,
so it's fine. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, I don't care. At that, it is up to you. It is your business.
Well, it's
as long as you aren't doing things that are illegal, technically you should have the right as a business to discriminate
as you see fit.
Your customer.
You have the right to refuse service.
Right.
You should.
And there are a few things. Obviously, race is one of those key factors now.
Yeah, but my whole the point I was trying to get at though, with this whole dying on the hill with the whole gay marriage side of it is, you're going to be the only one standing before God having to answer for what you've done.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to answer for what they do. Okay. So again, if you feel deep down, seriously, that it is that you are being led to do this, not that you think that by not supporting or not creating whatever, or not being a part of it, that it's going to stop them. It's not. You're not going to stop someone from sinning by standing in their way, being acting like that. You're just going to
cause them to sin more.
It's not.
Honestly, you're just going to cause them to sin even more.
Exactly. However, if you truly deep down feel compelled that this is something God's telling you to do, then by all means you do it. You don't ever do. If you're convinced that God told you to do it, don't do it. Don't ever not do it because it will go bad.
Right.
But again, don't think that you're going to stop anything just because you are standing here trying to make some kind of a stance. It's not working that way. They're going to answer for what they do. You're going to answer for what they do. And here's the fun part. You're both going to do it by yourselves. So you kind of need to be more worried about you and where you're at than what someone else is doing over here. Right. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm. How much you want to bet that this entire thing was a plant to begin with?
Oh, I'm sure it was. Because
they do this. They prod areas. And this is one of those situations where they have a bunch of political backing, and so they go and they prod areas of service to see whether or not somebody is willing to do something for them.
Yep. It's
the fact that it's gone to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals tells me that these people are really just political animals.
Yeah, and it's trying to get the notoriety and everything else.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Doesn't get anything else out of it. Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. If we let them marry, soon they'll want to marry their cars. They'll be rear-ending their Volvo's tailpipes.
I'm speechless. That's Tech Roo, I'm literally scowling at Colorado. Several miles south of me right now, and even though northern Colorado is the closest to me and would like to join Wyoming, destroying 2 rectangle states in the process, that's all there.
Yeah, who cares? You
just keep staring at Colorado.
You guys deal with your inner state.
I know that northern
squabblings.
Colorado wants to become Wyoming, but still.
Well, but there's a lot of it. Oddly enough, there's a lot of places and states that kind of want to become attached to other places
and
than
states because they don't like the place and state that they're attached to.
Yeah, and though I understand, again, at the same time, it probably would just be best and more beneficial if you would just change what you have.
Or move.
Yeah.
Just move. If you think it's more beneficial for you
if
to
you
live
can
in
get
one
it,
area
well,
than-
I don't know if you can get it changed. I mean, because I say the same argument, like, what if they got, Alberta to come down to part of the U.S.?
Once again, I'm all for.
I'm all for
I'm
that.
all for taking that entire section, the coastline
That
down.
would be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Just claiming all of that and completely connecting in a land bridge to Alaska.
It's not like Canada is not using it anyway.
They're really not
doing anything.
We have so much better use for that land.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'd never get it, though.
The only problem that scares me is eventually if we were able to get it from that side, eventually the left would find a way to take over the other half on the eastern side, and eventually Canada would become part of the U.S. and it would just be one giant
I'm okay with
thing.
that.
I'm not.
Why?
I don't know, because Trudeau is very...
Yeah, but he wouldn't be.
No, he wouldn't be. But if he was elected to get in that spot and he runs the things up there and people are used to him running things up there,
It'd be like New York. It'd be a bigger New York.
it'd be worse. But it's worse than New York up there
Yeah, I know.
because they don't have the freedoms and the restrictions that
You
we
add
have
the
down
American
here.
freedoms to it.
They're we're done. Because then he has full reign to just kind of go, oh, really? And dance at a monkey dance. And
That's
before
it.
long,
It'd be bad.
yeah, it's
Not so good.
bad.
Yeah. So this happened.
This happened. The prominent billionaires, Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, made history this month by becoming the first space tourists in human history. Tourists in space! When they each made brief trips to space. I'm sorry, but do you count it as going to the beach when you
Drive past.
drive past? Like, okay, perfect example. A job I used to have. Hear me out. A job I used to have.
Past the boardwalk.
A job I used to have
Uh-huh.
was delivering tires to repair shops.
Sure.
Okay, gas stations, garages, things like that. The route I was given sent me through Jacksonville, North Carolina, all the way up. Oh, well, no. One portion was down in Jacksonville, down on that part of it. The other side was like Elizabeth City, Kill Devil Hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the way through the Outer
All
Banks
the way
and
around.
the rest.
Yeah, exactly. So I would drive to the beach to dump to dump these tires off at these places at the beach. Was I going to the beach every time I went?
Technically.
But what? No, but was I going to the beach? Just because I could see the beach. I could spit. I literally, especially in the summertime, could drive with my head out the window and taste the salt in the air. Was I every single day, was I going to the beach? No. I was not. I may have been, in that locale. I may have been but I wasn't going. When you say you're going to the beach, you're going to the beach. It means you're going to get on the sand. You're going to play for a while, get in the water if you so are into that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
Get burnt. That's what happens when you go to the beach.
Get burned.
Yeah. When you go to space, you go into space. You're up outside.
They technically were.
But I got that. But I was technically at the beach every day I went down there too. But
they were outside of our atmosphere.
For 2 minutes. That's not going to the beach. Going to space. That's making a really big jump.
I mean,
No, that's a big jump. Now, I will be impressed when these cats go out and stay out for a day and come back.
Okay.
Then I will count you as going into space.
right. You just went to the area where you had no gravity and then
Yeah, that's like
2 minutes.
driving straight to the beach, going up and pulling into the parking lot, making that giant loop and pulling right back out and driving back home. You didn't go to the beach.
See it? Did
Yes.
you see it?
See, there it is. Oh,
There it
sand just blew in. Oh, going home. You didn't go to the beach. That's the same thing these guys did.
And then saying, I got sand all over me. Oh, God.
They didn't go to space. I mean, I get it that technically they left the atmosphere and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
You're not in space. You didn't go to space. Stop it. You just wasted a boatload of money to make a really big jump. That's all you did. And I again, go out and spend a couple hours, even a couple hours. I'm good with a couple hours.
Yeah. Floating around.
Yeah. When you go up 2 minutes, back down, that's not going to space. I pee faster than that. You know what I mean? This just, I'm just saying.
I take longer dumps.
I do. Well, no, but that's just because I'm always playing with the phone. But yeah, I'm just saying you can't. I don't count it. I'm sorry, I don't. They may get to. They might want to, and it makes them feel special. I don't count it. You're not in space because you're playing.
Yeah. So anyway, now that we went off of that tangent, let's get to the actual story real quick before we bust through the end of the thing. So Representative Earl Blumenauer.
I'm sorry, what?
Earl Blumenauer.
Blumenauer.
You say it.
I did. Blumenauer.
Yeah, exactly. As a Democrat from Oregon.
Okay. Shocker.
Yeah, right. He's announced that the Securing Protections Against Carbon Emissions Tax Act, or the Space Tax.
Actually, it's Space Tax.
Space Tax Act.
Oh, okay, yeah. Space Tax Act. Okay, gotcha.
The Space Tax Act that would enact an excise tax on commercial space flights carrying human passengers for purposes other than science.
Isn't that fantastic?
The tax would be per passenger, by the way.
Isn't that fantastic that the government thinks that it has the right and the ability to go into space? I mean, to literally take, it's airspace. It's open air.
Yeah.
Private property, private stuff, private
jet.
everything going up and down. And I guarantee you that, Bezos and Elon Musk and all these cats are using the technology is very carbon friendly.
I'm sure it is.
Okay?
Sure.
It's very carbon friendly, especially considering
Minus the rockets.
Well, I was going to say, but even considering what they use in the 60s to launch to the moon and stuff, I guarantee you it's way better. No, I guarantee you it's way better.
Sure.
But my point is one, I'm surprised that they didn't implement this thing the moment they heard that Branson and Bezos were going before they went.
Just so they can get the $1 million.
Exactly.
For no reason.
Second off, I mean, the brass ones, again, on these people to go, oh, well, if you're going to start being a tourist to go into space, then we have to have a chunk of money. Why? It's my rockets. It's my fuel. It's my airspace. It's my land.
It's because, Dylan, Blumenauer decides that he wanted to let you know, quote, space exploration isn't a tax-free holiday for the wealthy.
Why?
Just as normal Americans pay taxes when they buy airline tickets, billionaires who fly into space to produce nothing of scientific value should do the same and then some.
No, this is just your attempt to try and bilk more money away from rich folk. Period. Mm-hmm. And two, the tax that people are paying on the airline tickets, it's not because he says it's a tax-free holiday. A holiday and someone buying an airline ticket is two different things. Not everybody buys airline tickets for holiday.
Yeah.
It's a sales tax.
Yeah.
You're using
It's a sales tax.
They're
for
using their
ticket.
own stuff to buy their own crap. They've already paid taxes on the fuel and the rockets and everything to build everything like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So shut up. This is just another way to just try and milk more money out of the rich people. And God help us, man.
I mean, he's got enough money, but still.
It's dumb, though. It's dumb. Because they're going to turn around and it's just going to make the price even more crazy and whatever.
They're selling the tickets at $250,000 a piece.
Yeah, with the tax, it's going to be even more than that.
They've already sold $100 million worth of tickets
Oh, I'm sure.
for space.
Good. As they
You know what doesn't cost that much money?
American Pride Roasters coffee.
Darn right.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com to get historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it into your mouth.
Don't forget to go to the Mojo 50 radio banner on the iHeartRadio network.
Yes. Check out awesome shows and hosts over there. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show.
And don't forget to hit us up on all of those social medias at DOA Show. At DOA Show.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great!
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!